Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Insurance. My name is Damilola Okunshaki, and let's discuss Endsars. And if you can remember, the Endsars really took Nigeria by storm, and the consequences of Endsars and solutions like child play, the Endsars saga plunged the whole Nigeria economy into chaos. And you can agree with me that no one can imagine the socio-economic consequences of that protest that caused the nation so much loss of human and also capital. And but sitting back, one would like to ask, where could the insurance have been a good rescue to this socio-economic calamity? Well, joining me today to discuss is Sir Teju Ogunjimi. He's a retired managing director of ARM Life PLC and an insurance practitioner for over 3 decades and still counting. Hello and welcome, sir.
Yeah, good day. It's a pleasure to be here. And I think it's good that we can continue to educate the public about the advantage, especially financial importance of insurance to whatever you do. And so I think it's a good one. And I think it's something that has to be maintained so that the awareness can actually be where it should be.
Yes, you've actually given us a lot of introduction. Well, let's talk about the Endsars saga that I discussed now. Could anyone have imagined so much damage that this Endsars saga caused, especially the financial damage?
Yeah, you see, when we look at the Endsars episode or saga, it came in two folds. Now, nobody expected it to take that magnitude, especially when it started like a very calm protest. I'm saying this because fortunately I stay at Lekki Phase 1, and so the impact was more at that toll gate there. And sincerely speaking, we all thought that it's a very quiet protest against the activities of that police aspect, the Endsars. And I think by virtue of what happened in Nigeria regularly, when the people behind it has a focus, along the way is hijacked by so-called hoodlums for their own selfish ends. And that's why the Endsars saga is an event that leaves a very sore memory in the mouth of everybody. Its effect on the economy was really huge. And again, when we look at the lives that were lost, we can't really say the numbers, but then you were sure that some people were killed in that process. How it happened, why it happened, we can't say up to today. But the truth is that insurance is always on the back end to make sure that when there are calamities of that nature, can provide succor to those people who are affected directly, especially in the financial, who have made financial losses during the process. So for me, because we have not had such in the past, I'm sure most people were not prepared for it. And so the loss to a lot of family, to individuals, to the economy is huge, and I think only very few people will have been able to recoup from that financial loss.
All right, given the hearsay about the insurance in Nigeria, would anyone who had taken insurance before that time be compensated? Because, we have to talk about, like you said, there were so many things were damaged, especially around that Lekki axis, and also even on the mainland, because like those that they called louts, they all took over it from the first peaceful thing that they all started. Yeah. So is it possible that they could have...
No, you see, insurance has grown with time. And I can tell you for free that if you have an insurance cover in Nigeria today, you can go to sleep with your 2 eyes closed, because the regulator, and that's the National Insurance Commission, has made adequate provision that you will be compensated once you have a valid insurance policy. And how do I mean? The regulator has put in place a check and balance process, and this is in the Regulatory Act. It means that even when you feel cheated by the insurance company, you have access to report the case to the National Insurance Commission. And the National Insurance Commission does not take chances. They're very strict with providing succor for the affected people. So the insurance companies are aware of this, and they are regularly monitored. So you don't want to risk your license at the expense of paying a minor or a claim. And so it's a general acceptable principle in insurance market today that once a loss occurred, you must take every process to ensure that that claim is paid within a reasonable time. Because otherwise, the assured has the right to report to NICOM, and at no cost. And I can tell you they will investigate almost immediately. So why do you want to put your company's image and reputation and life at risk?
All right. During that period, we talked about the damages. Now, I noticed that some shops or some properties, they were actually looted. Not only were these things caused, so people lost their lives, properties were destroyed. Now, those people who experienced those damages, were they compensated after this whole saga?
Now, it falls into two categories. Those who are insured, who could actually make a request for a claim, and I've said that earlier, claims that are valid must be paid within reasonable time. Now, those who are not insured, the expectation is that because it's a national calamity, the government will come in to give them succor. Whether that was done or not, I am not in a position to confirm. But naturally, that's what happens all over the world. So, and it's also a lesson for everybody to know that they need to protect their assets. And one good way to do that, at a very minimal cost, is insurance. So for me, I can say it authoritatively again, that for those who have valid insurance at the time of that incident and suffer losses, are entitled to make a claim and entitled to collect their claims. And that's the process. But like I said earlier on, there could be some people who probably are ignorant and they didn't take insurance. But because it's a national calamity, we expect the government to come and give them some succor, some palliative to make sure that, yes, they can see on their business.
Yes, you've been in this industry for over 3 decades and you're still practicing. Now, for some people, now insurance, they have these wrong information about it. So what do you have to tell these people, to encourage them, or things that you think will be beneficial for them?
Yeah, the unfortunate aspect of that public image is the fact that a lot of people rely on hearsay, rely on gossip. And why do I say that? I've had courses, because you see, over my course of practice, I've been in the marketing, I've been in the technical aspect, which has to do with the underwriting and claims, as well as giving you a wide exposure. And when you talk to people and say, insurance, they're this, they're that, they're this, and you ask them, what's your experience? I had. And that's the sad aspect of it. You don't say, yes, as soon as this happened to me, as soon as this happened to me, and that's where I'm coming from. And that's why I say it's unfortunate. I've come across a lot of people, and when they have that negative impression about insurance, and I say, what was the experience? When did it happen? No, it didn't happen to me. Somebody told me. I said, you can't rely on people told me. And I will say that, look, and like I said earlier, there is a platform that any insured person can access. And it goes straight to the Office of the National Insurance Commission. And at the Office of the National Insurance Commission, they have dedicated staff who are supposed to take those reports and treat them as quickly as possible so that there is no delay. So but what we've been doing in the insurance industry is to continuously provide fund and logistics to correct this impression through various adverts, through jingles in the radio and television, through seminars, and all of that. And that's what we've been doing.
All right. Lastly, can you just give us an example, like a case that you think can help people can relate to, someone that a case that you handled?
Now, you see, again, here we have the code of ethics. So most things you're not supposed to disclose the name of your insured and everything. But what I can say is that over the years, we've handled claims in excess of billions. And what the insurance company do is to ensure that they have what we call backup and reinsurance arrangement. So that when claims comes in huge amount, you have a consortium of underwriters who are handling it, and you have a backup of reinsurance who can also contribute to that loss. So for me, there are so many cases, but like I said, according under the code of ethics, you don't disclose names of people or companies, and because you don't have the permission to do that. But I can tell you that what we also have is there is Nigerian Insurance Association, NIA. The NIA publish a register or a book every year of claims that are paid, so that people can see it, they can access it. They call it Nigerian Insurance Yearbook. It comes out every year, and it contains, they try to put in categories. They can say, okay, claims of 500,000 and above, or claims above 1 million. So you can see every detail there. And that book is free. I mean, you can go to NIA and ask for a copy of it, and then you can see what the insurance industry has been doing over the years.
Surely help you on my way there.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir. Jimmy, for joining me today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yes, and I'm sure we are better informed about insurance today. So do well to join us on another episode for another interesting one. And don't forget to click and like and also follow us. Of course, you get interesting topics about insurance. And my name is Damlola Okunshaki. And that's where we sign out.